Have you ever watched a team solve a problem, only for that same problem to reappear a few months down the line, maybe looking just a little bit different? We're going to explore the underlying structure that causes this common and often frustrating pattern.
So, why is it that some fixes, which seem effective at first, actually end up making the original problem worse? It's a strange outcome. A decision is made, a problem seems to disappear, but then a much larger issue surfaces later on. Let's look at the system that produces this result.
Let's start with a familiar situation. A project team realizes it's falling behind schedule. Immediately, there's pressure from management to get things back on track. In response to this pressure, the team accelerates its work. They focus all their energy on rushing the remaining tasks, doing whatever it takes to meet that original deadline. And on the surface, this approach works. The project is delivered on time, the immediate pressure is gone, everyone breathes a sigh of relief and moves on to the next thing. But then, a few weeks or months go by, and a new problem starts to appear. Customer complaints begin to climb, all pointing to issues with the quality of that very same project. To understand what's happening, it helps to separate the visible symptom from the underlying problem. That missed deadline, it wasn't the real problem. It was just a symptom. And organizations are typically structured to react to these symptoms because they're visible, they're urgent, and they demand a response right now. So the most common response to a visible symptom is a direct action designed to make it disappear as quickly as possible. It's usually the path of least resistance, and it produces the fastest, most observable result. And in the short term, this approach is often successful. The direct action makes the visible problem go away. The pressure subsides, and things seem to be back to normal. But here's the crucial part. That quick fix, the one that solved the immediate symptom, also creates unintended consequences, side effects that aren't obvious right away. For instance, rushing those tasks might have meant skipping important quality checks. What makes this so hard to see is the delay. There's a significant gap in time between the fix and its negative consequences. Because of that delay, the cause and effect relationship between the two events becomes almost invisible. So you end up with a trade-off. The visible result is a short-term win. The deadline was met. But the invisible cost is a long-term decline in the system's health. In this case, it's a drop in product quality and customer trust. These unseen side effects tend to degrade the overall system. For example, if teams are always rushing, it can slowly erode quality standards, lower team morale, and eventually damage the company's reputation. And a weakened system is, of course, less able to perform well in the future. Lower quality standards or a burnt-down team makes it much more likely that the next project will also fall behind schedule, bringing that same original symptom right back to the surface. If we map this out, the pattern becomes pretty clear. We start with the initial problem. Then, after the quick fix is applied, the problem seems to shrink. But after that delay, the side effects kick in, and the problem returns. Only this time, it's often more severe than it was at the start. This creates a powerful reinforcing cycle. A problem symptom appears, a quick fix is used to get immediate relief. That fix then creates a delayed, unseen side effect that weakens the system. And that weakened system makes it more likely for the original problem to come back, but with greater intensity. Now, if this pattern is so destructive, why is it so common? The answer usually isn't about bad decisions by individuals. It's about the very structure of the system they're working in. The cycle continues because many organizations are set up to prioritize what can be seen and measured right now. People are often rewarded for putting out today's fire. There are rarely rewards for preventing a fire that might happen next year. And because of that time delay, it's very difficult to trace those negative outcomes all the way back to the original quick fix. This really gets to the heart of the system's logic. When the things being measured and rewarded are short-term, visible fixes, the system will naturally produce more of that behavior, no matter what the long-term cost might be. Ultimately, this pattern shows us what the system is actually designed for. It's structured to create and maintain short-term stability by eliminating visible problems as fast as possible. And that reveals the fundamental trade-off. The system achieves that immediate stability, but it does so at the expense of long-term health and resilience, making it almost certain that the same problems will keep showing up.